right, so this is Bill Brower live with FMBA Nation. We are at the 2019 September convention. I've got Steve Lenox with me from Lenox Consulting. Steve, thanks for joining me, sitting down, taking a couple minutes.
Thank you, Bill.
Steve is also the owner of Tap Into Patterson, Tap Into Hamilton, and Tap Into Bayonne.
That's right.
Steve is also the public relations consultant for the FMBA. Steve, again, thanks for taking a couple minutes out of your day to
Absolutely,
sit down
Bill.
and talk to us. So
Thank you.
tell us a little bit about what you do for the FMBA and how our members are benefiting from your services.
Sure, I've been working with the FMBA now for just over 4 years. Before that, I was employed by the Patterson FMBA, Patterson Local 2 and 202. So really what my role is to help develop the message and help you communicate your messages out to the wider audience, whether that's media, the community, in some cases elected officials, politicians, just sort of, we all know about the fighting fires, we know about the EMS work, but we want to make sure that residents and others know about the volunteer work that you're all doing. We want to make sure they know about the community services that you're performing beyond your day-to-day work in the firehouse, which of course is plenty, but we want people to know that you're invested in your communities. So we're telling that story every day. And we do that, at President Donnelly's direction. I've helped out in Hamilton on their consolidation issue, really developing a message around that, working in South Orange and Maplewood on their consolidation, and up and down the state, wherever there's a local that needs some help telling a story, it's probably the best way to do it. I'm there to help them.
Sure, yeah, those are two big topics. I know a lot of people are very familiar with the merger or the consolidation in Hamilton and the ongoing merger going on in Maplewood and South Orange. Your role in both of those topics, I know, was crucial in getting the message out and getting the facts out and that kind of stuff. So we truly appreciate your efforts there. Tell us a little bit about Tap Into.
Sure. So Tap Into is a network of hyper-local news sites. There's 82 of them across New Jersey right now. I happen to be the owner of 3 of them. And really what we're seeing in the world of media is that these big corporations are buying up all the newspapers. So we're losing local media. So it's hard if you live in a place like Patterson or Bayonne or Morristown or Union or Neptune Township, where I know you are. It's hard to get local news about what's going on in your community, good and bad.
Sure.
So what Tap Into is, it's a franchise model. So I've bought 3. It's like buying a McDonald's or a Dunkin' Donuts or anything else. And we're out there again. What I've done as a PR guy, I'm now doing as a reporter. I'm telling these local stories in these cities. And we're building pretty significant audiences in a lot of these towns. In Patterson, I had over 100,000 views in August.
Wow.
So people are really gravitating towards it.
A lot of traffic.
It's a lot of traffic, yeah. Because people they want to know what's happening in their community, whether it's events, they of course want to know what their government's up to. A part of the media, a big role they play is creating some sort of transparency and awareness of what government is doing. And that's local government, that's school board, planning board issues, the whole thing. We'd like to let people know when the fire department has gone out and gone on the phone, made a heroic save, of course. We like to let the public know in Patterson that there's a lot more happening in the city of Patterson than what the traditional media has been saying for a lot of years.
Yeah, it's got to be a powerful tool at so many different levels.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yep. Which comes with a lot of responsibility, of course.
Oh, sure, 100%.
I mean, we have to make sure we're telling the story in a fair way and an honest way.
Well, listen, Steve, thank you so much for sitting down and talking to me for a couple minutes. Appreciate your time. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, this was great. Thank you. This is a great setup. I love what you're doing with the FMBA. I mean, you're taking the communications to a whole new level with this union. And I think you're putting the FMBA ahead of the game of a lot of other union or labor organizations and making sure their members truly are informed. So I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Bill.
All right, Steve. Thank you.